and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I'll be giving you my day one preview for the Aintree Grand National Festival, where I'll be giving you my best tips. Now, before I reveal them, I quickly just want to go through a couple of things with you. Now, first of all, I'm pleased to say that this video is being sponsored by the Steak Shop, who are doing a great competition for the Grand National. So if you love your steaks like I do, I love my steaks on the rare side. They're doing a Grand National competition where basically if you put an order with them, you could be in with a chance to win a voucher for the full price of that order. They do lots of steaks from all around the world, lots of different bundles. So for example, if you put down a £50 order, you could be in with a chance to win a voucher for that £50 order. And all you got to do to win is just pick the Grand National winner. So for example, if you fancy cloth cap, you just go on the website and put in cloth cap, and he wins, you get a voucher for your full order. However, if your horse was to finish second, third, fourth or fifth, make the place terms, you get a third off. It doesn't sound like a bad deal to me. So all you got to do is just visit their website, and there'll be a link to it in the description box below, which is www.thesteakshop.co.uk. Just go to that, and then you'll just find the terms and conditions there. You just put your order, and then when you go to checkout, you just need to put in the promo code your Grand National winner, and then once you place your order, that's it, done. But to be eligible to enter the competition, you have to make sure that you've received your order by April the 10th, which is Grand National Day. So make sure you do it. There's a link in the description box below. And if you love your steaks, the Steak Shop is the place to go. So that's all the promotion done. Just a couple of other things I want to go through with you. Now, if you haven't done so already, make sure you check out the Hong Kong preview for Happy Valley tomorrow. Yes, that's right. There is racing going on in Happy Valley. I was back in the hot seat today on Shireen Wu's YouTube channel, so I'll leave a link to it in the description box below, which will also as well feature my nap for Happy Valley, and you can watch the racing really before the action gets underway at Aintree on Sky Sports Racing. So lots of racing to be getting stuck into tomorrow, but like I said at the top of the show, I'll be going into the first day of the Aintree Grand National Festival, and I'll be doing my Grand National preview in full tomorrow evening. Once we know all the runners and riders, I'll be going through my main thoughts for the race and be putting up a few selections, so make sure you stay tuned for that. So let's get straight into it then. So we're going to be starting tomorrow with my nap, which runs in the first race, funnily enough, the 1:45 at Aintree, the Manifesto Novices Chase, a grade 1, and I'm going to be going here with a horse called Eldorado Allen for John Joe O'Neill Jr. and Colin Tizzard. Now, you can currently back this horse at the time recording at 7-1. I thought that was quite a big price for this horse, and I'm going to recommend him as my nap of the day with a 1-point win bet selection. Now, I think the market here's got it a little bit wrong. I can see why Fusel Raffles is up there, but I think Hitman is too short in the betting, really. I can see why people have latched onto him. You know, Paul Nicholls has been quite buzzy about this horse all season long. They do think the world of him, but to me, I'm yet to see it really. I know he's got a nice travelling cruising speed, but I thought he had every chance when he fell at Sandown to go and get the job done that day. And then also as well, like even though yes, he couldn't have done any more at Newbury, it just, I don't know, there's just something about him that I think he's got a nice travelling speed, but if he's up for if he's asked to go and win it in a fight, I don't think he'll have enough really in reserve. I don't know if he'll get down and dirty to win it like a few of these others, and I think the one to beat personally is Fusel Raffles, but I'm going to be taking a chance there with Eldorado Allen because I think he's been wanting the step up and trip for ages, and I think at 7-1 that's a fair price to find out. Now, if we look at what he's been doing so far this season, he's been running in some good races. He's bumped into Shishkin on his last 2 starts at Doncaster and also as well at Cheltenham, where he finished second in the Arkle. Now, obviously, they went a crazy gallop that day with the likes of All Mankind and Captain Guinness trying to make all from the front, and it was pretty reminiscent. You might remember Footpad's win when Shishkin won, where they went hard early and then he picked up the pieces and won it very comfortably in the end. But yeah, Shishkin I think will be obviously a lot better than Footpad, but it was a similar kind of race, and Eldorado Allen was ridden patiently by Harry Cobden, who was aboard that day, and picked up the pieces late on to finish in second place. Now, if you look at the sectional times on his last 2 starts, Eldorado Allen, he's been doing his best data late on, and I think stepping up in trip tomorrow will really suit him. Now, if you look at his pedigree, it amazes me why the Tizzards haven't gone up in trip before, because if you look at his dam, for example, this dam was a winner over 2.5 miles up to 3 miles, and the progeny, so the half siblings of Eldorado Allen, have all won mainly over 2.5 and up to 3 miles. So you've got to think tomorrow that the step up and trip should really suit him, and he's got some nice form in the book. The Tizzards won this race a couple of years ago with Finian's Oscar, who unfortunately is no longer with us. I think he died as a 6-year-old, but they know what they're doing, and their horses, even though they have been out of form a lot this season, they do tend to come good at Aintree and also as well at the spring festivals. Normally they're operating at their best at this time of year, so I think they will have Eldorado Allen spot on for this. The ground shouldn't be a problem at all. He won at Newton Abbot on similar ground, on good ground, on his seasonal reappearance. So a lot to like really about Eldorado Allen tomorrow, and I think just going up in trip could unlock so much improvement. I think Fusel Raffles might have had a slightly hard race last time at Cheltenham behind Chantry House, and I'm not sure how good that form is. Yes, I know Chatham Street Lad did boost it by winning at Limerick, but that was a bit of a Mickey Mouse grade 3 in my opinion, and Asterium Forlonge didn't quite do a form boost anyway at the weekend. So I think Eldorado Allen has got a lot in his favour at 7-1, and that's why he's going to be my nap of the day in the 1:45 Manifesto Novices Chase. We then go to the 4:05 for my next best of the day, to the Fox Hunters, and I thought here I was going to go with Latenightpass for Gina Andrews and Tom Ellis. Now Gina's riding for her husband Tom. They're a big name in the point-to-point sphere, and unfortunately Gina, I believe, had an injury a couple of months ago, and that's and as a result she probably wouldn't have necessarily been able to make Cheltenham, and Bridget, her sister, was aboard that day, where we actually put this horse up in the Fox Hunters at Cheltenham, and to be fair, ran an absolute blinder for a long way, was up there jumping from the front, you know, and really did stretch the field, but just got tired in the closing stages against some better rivals. Now the Fox Hunters over at Aintree is over a slightly shorter distance of 2.5 miles, or 2 miles 5 furlongs to be precise, but I think the drop back and trip could really suit this horse. Reminds me a little bit of Topwood, that won the race a couple of years ago, was handy throughout and then rallied again in the closing stages, and I could see a similar result here, and I think it'd be a really emotional win for the family as well after Gina's injury earlier on in the season. So I do think that this horse has got a really good chance. Also as well, what's key to him tomorrow, I think, is the better ground. If you look at his form, all his best efforts have come when there's been decent ground, and even though they have watered the course and it could be a little bit soft, I don't think that should pose too much of a threat to him. He won at Warwick really well as well on his first run for quite a while, where he beat a decent field that day, including the World's End. So he does have a lot in his favour, I think, tomorrow, and you can currently get him at 7-1 with bookmakers. That price is available SkyBet at the time recording, who are offering the mighty 6 places on the race. And yeah, I'm going to be putting him up there as my next best of the day. I really fancy his chances. I'm going to recommend a 0.5 each way selection. We then go to the long shot of the day, which runs in the 440, the grade 3 handicap, and I thought Sully Doc AA might be the way to play here. Now he's got AA at the end of his name because he's partly an Arabian bred, but don't worry about that at all. He's trained by Anthony Honeyball in the colours of JP McManus, and Richie McLernan will be in the saddle tomorrow. Now this horse is a horse I've had on my radar for quite a while. I actually backed him when he won on his seasonal appearance at Ascot, where he did the job really well that day. He caught my eye quite a few times last season when he'd been travelling really strongly in some decent races and bumped into some nice rivals, and he was definitely a horse that I thought, yeah, he's one that's going to win a nice pot along the way. And I think maybe tomorrow could be his day. I think the key to him is the better ground. He doesn't like it when it gets too soft and heavy. He's a strong traveller, and I thought he ran a really respectable race actually in the plate handicap at the Cheltenham Festival when he finished in 8th place. He wasn't disgraced there at all, and in fact the handicappers dropped him £1 now to 136. But I think he maybe just didn't quite stay the trip at Cheltenham, and I think dropping back to 2 miles, I could see him travelling into this race really strongly, you know, full of running, and hopefully he'll have enough to get the job done. But you can currently back him at the time recording with SkyBet at 10-1, who again are offering 6 places on this race. I think that's quite a big price there, and I could see him coming for a bit of late money. I could see him maybe going off maybe 6-1 near a post time. I think he'll be well supported tomorrow, and I think he's got a really good chance actually of taking that grade 3 handicap. So that's why he's going to be my long shot of the day. So they're the 3 tips for tomorrow's racing. If you haven't done so already, please remember to subscribe here to my YouTube channel at Lucky Loaders 15. Also as well, if you want to follow me on social media, the best place to do so is on Twitter, and that's the only place you can follow me actually, where my handle is at Lucky Loader 15. And if you want to know a little bit more about myself, my website address is www.chrisloaderracing.co.uk. So please gamble responsibly. Hopefully we can have some winners tomorrow on the first day of the Aintree Grand National Festival, and we'll be seeing you soon.